Hey viewer, welcome to another Legacy of the Ancients. We're going to get to it very soon, but when I went and checked on this recording, doesn't it figure I had some video issues with this one? And I've had some audio issues for the past several videos now too, that I didn't realize were occurring until I checked, part 7, and noticed it was a bit too low. I think a recent Microsoft update reset some of my audio settings. Again, this is getting really stupid. I have to spend about 10 minutes worth of time checking everything before I begin recording. Anyway, in the episode coming up, the video issue I had, it didn't record any video, occurred for the first about 3 minutes 30 seconds of the video. So not too much was missed. I walked around a bit trying to get back to our raft so I could get to the castle again, I believe. And so we will be picking up as I am en route there. I apologize for the awkwardness of this, because now I'm going to cut directly to that part. Hope you guys can forgive me. I apologize again for the audio for the past several parts. It's been a little too quiet, and hopefully that won't be the case going forward. Alright guys, thanks for putting up with me. I'll see you in a few seconds. 79, okay. We'll try selling it over at Holy Point. Would they have a buyback shop there? A single snake. Quite dead. Okay, so what can we talk about, viewer? What is going on at the moment in my life or other games I am playing that you guys might be interested in hearing, and or what am I doing for the future? Because I finished the chapter 1 of Cultic yesterday, or the day before yesterday, and so that series is technically done, but we'll be doing the interlude for it in November. And maybe chapter 2 will be out by the time the fall rolls around, or before this fall season ends. So I'm recording Rot next. I've already recorded the first part. H-R-O-T. It's another first-person shooter, but it feels more like Quake. Let's just go... Oh, God! Oh, I mean... I saw like 3 hits, but still only 1 damage. We're not being very dodgy today. It's like Quake, Rot. It even has what I would consider to be some of the same sound effects. There's these giant guys who can whack you with a melee weapon, and they also lob grenades. And it's the Quake grenade bouncing sound. 100%, but it's 99%. It is it. So it's fun. I very much like it. I'm playing on it hard, and it is difficult. The game has the same type of graphics. Lower quality graphics, but very smooth gameplay for it. Once again, reminds me very much of Quake. Wait, Quake? Yeah, that's right. Thrust creeper. What? So many monsters! Let's get our knife on for these. Go back to our bow and arrow and keep marching. Yeah, so the first one of them got done. I plan to record the entire series, all 3 chapters. If we do 2 episodes of video, and there's about 8 or 10 chapters, 8 or 10 episodes per chapter, then that's about 20 videos, which is about 40 days, which would bring us to August. Hello, Bandit. You friendly? Let me tell you what your first mistake was. You weren't friendly. If you just stand there, I'll assume you're friendly and speak to you. So, okay. Before we talk about other games, what are we doing currently? So, we have this turquoise coin. We want to use it at the museum, but I also know we need a topaz coin. let's speak with this guy. You're cured. Should we buy some more healing herbs? Let's do it. We're right here. So we'll buy the leftover 5 healing herbs we need. Okay, and let's go and speak with everyone else. See if we get offered a museum coin. Yes, smart. Very smart. Is there spells? We can at least buy 4 magic flames to make up for the ones we purchased earlier. Spent earlier. Check the weapon and armor stores. We're looking for great or better plate mail. Or plated mail. And preferably great or better bows. I also want to see how much we can sell our fair bow and arrow for at the weapon store here. And again, superb ring mail. Not better than what we have. Saintly swords. So if I sell this, how much is this worth? Okay, so that's a profit immediately. We get 308 from this guy. And what are you selling weapon-wise? Superb warhammer. Not better than our good bows and arrows. We're looking decent on food. Still have a ton of money. Even though there's a vault here, by the way, in Holy Point, there's no bank here in Holy Point. Not to my recollection. Right? There's no bank here, right? Or was I a liar? Okay, so here, hold on. Here's the buyback shop. Let's do this again. We haven't done this in quite a while. So we want to sell our fair bow and arrow. 186. That's 100 less than we bought it for, and it's 200 less than we can. No, not 200 less. But it's like 150 less than we can sell it for normally at the guy down the street. So no. So let's see if we can get 400 for it. Way too high. He'll go to 196. No. We'll lower it to 280. No, not 280. 370. 375. 226. No. We'll go down to 340. 259. No. Remember, we want to get more than 279 for it. We'll go down to, and we want to go down. Well, the store was selling it for what, like 290 or something like that. I can't remember. I just was there, and of course I can't remember. Let's try 315. Okay, so that's more money. So let's go for 300. So 21 more bucks than we sold it for. At this point in the game, unfortunately, for this type of mini game, we don't need an extra 21 bucks. Our time is more precious than the money we would get by doing the haggling. So from now on, we'll just vendor things of that sort to the vendors. That's the lone guy. That's flip-flop. Okay, there's nothing else here. Let's leave. We'll head over to Mazleton and buy some spells over there. We also didn't get sick eating the sprayfish's flesh. Oh, we're wielding nothing. Right, we had selected that weapon when we sold it to the merchant, which meant that we, I guess, equipped it. I'm not sure it worked that way, Tim. We're going south. Let's see what it is. Hugin. So you have chosen death. I normally, viewer, don't record early access games. I feel it would, so for several reasons. They're usually not feature complete. They will get patches that might change things dramatically. And there might be things in it that I don't particularly like that get ironed out later. Bugs, in particular, crashing to desktops, or some sort of mechanics that are completely changed, and it might color my impressions of the game early. Normally, I don't even buy early access games. I just wait I just follow them, for example, on Steam, because I don't want any of my friends seeing them on a wish list and buying them for me, because I might not actually like the game by the time it comes out. But I did pick up an early access game, and I love it. It's called Abiotic Factor. It's a survival exploration game? That's probably wrong. Well, it is. It has lots of exploration. How can I describe it? Imagine System Shock 2, but you had to survive on the space station. You had to find food, cook, drink, manage how tired you were by sleeping, and I'm not a fan generally of this, but you also have bathroom needs in the game. And you have a task to accomplish in trying to escape the facility, and you'll have tasks along the way to complete that particular quest. It was released, I think, in May. I picked it up a week ago, and I couldn't stop playing it. It feels although I believe many of the systems will be changing. They'll iron out some of the rougher spots and do probably some more balancing for the game. It feels really good. I don't really tend to play crafty games, survival games very often. Don't Starve was like the only one I played, and I only really played it in well, that's not true. I played it for maybe 100 or 200 hours, which is a lot of time to play a game for. I found the first year in Don't Starve to be the funnest, trying to acquire all the resources and survive your first seasons. After that, I found it rather boring, although it didn't have to be. Rather, it didn't have to be. That would put the onus on the game to entertain me. You can come up with your own things to do and try to do them. Yeah, but I was never motivated enough to do those things. So, like, I ever went into the caves, for example. I wouldn't try to fight some of the giant bosses. I just didn't. I wasn't very good at the combat in the game, or something, or stuff of that sort. Let's buy another 250 days of food. No, we don't do mail deliveries anymore. So when the game becomes more open-ended, I would occasionally play like another year, but that would be it. I do basically try to make my home camp look more feature complete. A great bow and arrow. Okay, we want those. So we're going to sell our good bows and arrows. Now we want to buy 2 great bows and arrows. At this point in the game, even if it did only 1 more point of damage, we have so much money that we may as well buy that. We're not struggling for cash at all. In fact, there's a bank here, so we can even take out more money if we so desire. Refurbished armor? Good plate mail. Let's buy another suit of it. We'll go with 3 suits. He's carrying all this stuff on us. Remember, we started life as a peasant, probably working farms and hauling dirt. So we were very, very... Well, we were very, very strong. Because our strength was only 15 when we started this entire adventure. But we've got stronger as we played. And more importantly, I guess we just know... We must have some sort of secret peasant pack, which allows us to hold stuff that normally you wouldn't be able to. Let's deposit some funds, and we're going to put... I'll put 4,945 bucks in. Ooh, 21,000 bucks in the bank. Let's go to Mazleton. We'll buy some more spells with this leftover cash. And hopefully we get offered a Topaz coin. If we don't get one from Mazleton, we'll go to the museum after all and use a Topaz coin. It shouldn't be a trigger. There should be no requirement for us to spend that turquoise coin to be offered a topaz from a merchant. Like, we don't have to forward the main quest along. We just haven't been offered one yet. It's good. Graphically, the game is good. The combat is fun, awkward enough that it feels like you are a scientist rather than an actual soldier. It has skill levels in the game, like your melee combat for blunt or slashy weapons. Ranged weapons require some accuracy, or your accuracy is penalized. You have different stats like strength and stealth and stuff of that sort as well. And these things improve as you do various things in the game. There's several ranks to them. It reminds me a bit of the old Quest for Glory games, where the more you interacted with, the more you used your skills, the higher the numbers become. Although in this game, there's experience for each of these different types of skills that get improved in various ways. And each have several levels, not a straight number. You won't benefit from the higher skill level unless you make it. Getting a few more experience points doesn't make a difference in it. But it's good. I like it. It's fun to see those numbers improve. There's a large amount of exploration in the game, too, which I love. I am the explorer type in most games that I played. And there was a MMO test a long time ago to try to figure out what type of player you were. Like, do you like the social aspect the most, combat the most, exploring the most, or crafting the most? And I was explorer when I took the test. It's one of those stupid internet tests, though, so who knows how accurate it is. 1 second. Massive weapons, you have a superb bow and arrow, you do not. 1 second. I can't apparently speak until we talk with these two people. Sure, give me my fortune. Castle doors require 4 different keys. We have 4 keys. Oh! I didn't think of that. I'm sure we still need the turquoise coin to be used. That one door, the door that none of our keys opened, I think we have to speak in front of it to open it, but we need the passcode. It's not a key we get. It's the passcode that we get. Oh, right. Okay. Okay, 1 second. So we're here for more spells. Let's buy 10 more magic flames. We'll buy 11 firebolts. Actually, let's just buy more firebolts. We'll buy another 20 of these. We'll buy some befuddles. Buy 10 more of those. For our psycho strengths, 5 more of them. And finally, for kill flashes, we'll buy 5 more of those. We'll buy 5 seek spells. Yes! Sapphire coin. Remember that I mentioned that we can be offered another sapphire coin. We could do the test again and walk out, but I'm in the middle of transferring the maps to new graph paper, so I'm not going to do so. Let's leave. Once again, you do not get more strength upon leaving. We would leave with another 15 or 16,000 gold, but we don't need the money any longer. Not really. Be nice to have it, just to put it all in the bank, but once again, we don't need it. There's always the risk that you end up looking at a dangler straight in its eyes. Those eyes flash, a high-pitched sound gets emitted, and then you're down dex or endurance. So I would rather not. I would rather not have that occur. Okay, 1 second. I gotta bring up... No. Oh, God. Well, it can't be helped. You're gonna hear me for a second, viewer. I apologize. Oh, no, you won't. Okay, well, you did. Very briefly. I was watching... That's because when I bring down my browser and bring it back up again, it automatically brings up the last thing I was looking at, which was my own video. All right, let's see. So we want Demetrazi. There it is. Okay, Demetrazi and Barrel. Other direction. And we want Ring 8. It's going to be 2503. Thank you, person who designed that code wheel. I had used a list many years ago, but the internet has this, which is arguably probably faster to use than the code wheel itself, because I have to look at the code wheel and see what's located where. Okay, so we're going back to the dangerous exhibits. I do not think having I do not think the number of coins you possess influences when you're offered additional coins, but I do think if you have a certain coin, the odds of you being offered a similar coin are lowered. I think possibly somewhat significantly, to the point where you will not be offered another one ever if you possess one already. I've never possessed more than one sapphire coin, for example. So maybe we'll get to see if this holds true. Okay, so we're going... Behind us, that's the Pegasus exhibit. Turquoise, I think, is to the left and around the corner. Oh, uh-oh. I do not have a map of the museum, viewers, so we have to kind of bumble our way through this. Or I have to bumble my way through this, and you guys are going to watch. Thank you very much for being patient. We found it. The Guardian. Legends say that 13 great wizards once ruled Tarmalon, but that little of their power remains. Those who escaped death and treachery ultimately succumbed to the ravages of time. Oh, man! So it was like the color of magic, huh? The wax figure before you is the Wizard of Aroven. His power largely gone, he is said to be imprisoned deep within Kelfor Castle. Only the password Guardians will open his door. Oh! I thought we were going to Eagle Hollow next. That is not the case. Okay, so... Oh, not that way. I think. Oh no, are we lost? So I want to get back to the normal museum area. That's the 4 Jewels dungeon. Because we will need to use a topaz coin, I am fairly certain. Oh my goodness, that's the same exhibit. Thankfully, there's no monsters here. That's the 4 Jewels direction, Tim. Okay, why don't you just leave? Okay, let's hold our gold armband. Use it. So back to the castle again. We'll go up and speak to the gentleman. Speak to the door and see if he will let us in. We'll wield our staff here. Might not be needed, but you never know. Yeah, so once again, abiotic factor. It's also multiplayer, but I don't think I'd be able to get my brothers to play it with me. And when it came to Don't Starve Together, I never joined anyone else's like server to play. It feels a little weird to join because it's a more permanent world and can take many hours to get started or have a decent base there. I've never really wanted to join someone's world, nor do I trust the internet to allow them into my world either. They'd run around, set things afire, steal all the stuff just to be trolls, laugh at you, and leave. God bless them. That's what I expect, and arguably that's what I want. If that's not the way it would work, I'd be very surprised. So, abiotic factor is the same thing in that regard. It is a permanent server that preserves the status of the world as you explore it and build stuff in it and so on. We're going south. A single wave skimmer. Okay, let's disembark. Let's save the game. We've been doing pretty well. Let's put in our disc. You know, I really like that they have the sound of the surf in the game, and it's different than the sound that you're actually hear when you're out on the ocean. Alright, in we go. Disc side 1. Oh, will they remember me? I wonder. It hasn't been too many days in game. Guess we're about to find out. So I thought we needed the turquoise key to get blessed or something. And then a topaz coin to, or rather, I thought that would give us the password to talk to the person in Eagle's Hollow that needed a topaz coin. He gave us a key to come back here and talk to the wizard herein. But that's not the way this works, apparently. We need to talk with the wizard first. I think he will tell us about something or engrave our arm with a symbol, if I recall correctly. And then we can show that to people, and they'll tell us where it is that we're trying to get to. But of course, we need a topaz coin to reach Eagle's Hollow, which is, in the end, the spot we will be attempting to get to. Once again, you cannot take your boat there. You have to cross too much ocean. It's too dangerous. Okay, let's hold. Oh, it's use. Hold. What's going on? Why? Hold. Okay, there we go. Let's hold our magic ice. Use it. Alright, so it's been a long time, viewer. I don't remember if we get to keep our invisibility when we go upstairs. Let's find out. So we're holding it. We're holding our magic seeds. Let's use them. Are we still invisible? We are. I like little things like this. With our bow and arrow, as we witnessed, we can slaughter all the guards, but that's also time consuming. So this allows us to skip all of that murder. I'd rather not murder the guards. And the more I think about it, viewer, the more I think that the chests here do not, in fact, respawn. Once opened, I think they remain open forever. That's black silver, in which they respawn. Yeah, so Abiotic Factor, recording that one. I played, I'm going to say the first map in Ghostware, Arena of the something. I see the icon, but the whole thing's not displayed to me on my desktop. It reminded me of the original Unreal Tournament game, but I have a hunch that there's going to be a nice twist to it. And it's more akin to, say, how, well, Portals was a game that was supposed to be a puzzle game, but ended up being a bit more of a horror-like game by the end of it. I feel like Ghostware is going to be something similar to that, so I'm waiting to record that until a little later. Alright, hello, Mr. Wizard. Oh, we didn't bring much money, so hopefully you don't require money. We will just assume as a wizard he can see us while we're invisible as well. My health declines. You are my last hope. Find the guardians of the scroll. They are in many towns, but only talk to those with a special secret mark. I've now put this magic mark on your forearm. Only guardians can see it. All right, and that's it. Yeah, the first map for Ghostware was running around killing a person in an arena-like area, grabbing ammo, killing him. First person to get 10 kills wins. I killed him 10 times. I got killed twice. Fun. Reminds me of how much fun I had a long time ago during the years when Unreal was a thing. God, so much fun. Afterwards, you can explore the map that you had been in. And there was this creepy ghost-like thing in the map. So I was like, oh, you're going to be... It was avoidable. I wasn't sure I could kill it. There was a giant skull door that was preventing me from accessing what was behind it as well. I needed the key or to be able to return there later. So I was like, okay, there's more going on than just arena fights for this. And I figured it might be something fun to play for Halloween. It might not be very frightening in the end, and because I'm going to risk blind recording it, it'll be a bit, well, hopefully it does indeed not have too many twists and turns in the way of mechanics. As long as it's a fun FPS, I don't think I'll mind very much. All right, let's hold our magic ice. Do we become visible when we use this? We do not. Good. And we have, I think, 3 magic seeds left? Yes. Now, when I start recording it, I will have amassed a backlog of some sorts before the first bit gets uploaded. I plan to start on that game once Rot's done. Anything else, Tim? There's quite a few other games here on my desktop I'm staring at that I keep meaning to play, but I'm super addicted to Abiotic Factor at the moment. So I'm not playing too many of these other games I have up here to encourage me to play them. I want to play through, I guess I'll just name 2 or 3 of them. So I see Nier Automata. Never played it. I've owned it since the game first was released, and I've never fired it up. I don't even know what type of game it is, viewer. I think it's like a Dark Souls game in that the camera's like behind your main character's back. You can rotate the camera around and you fight things. In like a third person view type of thing. I think that's what it is, but I don't know. I figured it might be fun to record it as well because many people have played this by now. It's been out for many years. At least 7 years. But I never played it, so I figured that'd be fun. I was tempted to record the first Mass Effect. Manta rays, let's kill this too. Should I talk about this? Sure, this is fine. And actually, no, we shouldn't talk about it. We'll talk about something different. So, I've never beat the first Mass Effect. Oh, I don't have any flails, right? We do not. We're just going to flee the sea swallows. And we are done with the castle. We should not need a raft again. Yeah, I never beat the first Mass Effect. In the very beginning of it, if I recall, well, not very, very beginning, but somewhat early on, you're given a quest to complete investigate these 3 areas. And I only ever investigated 2 of them. So, I never got to witness the plot twist. I know what the plot twist is by now, because, you know, I've read about the game. I've seen the ending of Mass Effect 3 and have no intention of playing that one ever. I own 2, but I've never played 2 either. I found the combat to be a bit weird in the game. I wanted it to be a first-person shooter, not a behind... Not a third-person... Hello, Strider. Not a third-person shooter. Well-crafted flail now. Let's go to Bandit. Maybe you can drop us a Topaz coin? No. Let's go back to... Oh, slashing up. We don't... So, we don't have a club, which is why our bow and arrow only does 9 damage to the creature, despite our amazing strength and the good weapon that we are wielding. When you fight creatures who have a weapon weakness, they're also super resistant to every other type of weapon. There was an early access game I bought an age ago called Wrath, Aeon of Ruin, which is a first-person shooter game of some sort. I bought it. I liked I played it for like 3 minutes. I was like, this looks pretty neat, but I'm going to wait till it comes out of early access. And then it took years for it to do so. But it did supposedly finish a few months ago. And also supposedly, despite a good amount of criticism leveled toward the devs, a distant healer awaits us. Yes, I know. The distant healer in Eagle's Hollow. Those are the guardians, the healers, which is why one of them was killed earlier. We just need a Topaz coin. While we're here, we should take a look at the weapon and armor store, though. We could buy another great bow and arrow. Why not? Let's do it. Oop. Speak. And over here, great plate mail. Good plate mail. I would like to fit in some Clash Artifacts of Chaos. Just because I've really enjoyed every game I've played so far that company has released. They've released the Xenoclash games, for example. I think they released a game called the Eternal Cylinder, which looked like some weird Pikmin-like game to me. We don't really need much money. We don't need any money. I'll take it $1,000. Okay, so let's go to Thompson's Crossing. We'll check that store for weapons, and weapons and armor. And if they don't sell anything better, we may do the talk to the merchant endlessly trick to get us a Topaz coin. I did kind of messed up that entire statement. We're going to go to Thompson Crossing. It's a city, a town we haven't visited in a while. We'll check their weapon and armor store, see if they have anything better. Shadow Wisps, because we want a Topaz. And while we're there, we're looking for a Topaz coin. Oh, this might be it. That's it. All right, let's go to Eagle Hollow. Never mind. Change of plans. We no longer need Thompson's Crossing. Thank you, Shadow Wisps. We need to go up. And floaters are in the way. Crossing some desert. We'll get our staff. See, it's probably a mistake. Yeah, to wield the staff. Yeah, it's a mistake. Our bow and arrow does more... Actually, it looks like it does... This is about the same... Okay. It looks like it can do more damage. And there are more creatures here than the Neuron Cloud. And so much that... I think there's 3 desert creatures, right? There's the Scrabbler, the Neuron Cloud, and there's another thing in the desert. I can't remember what the third thing is. What are you? You're a Hugin. You're not a desert thing. Such a good sound, that sound. Wonder if I die, if I can make that sound just as I go. Pixie. 5 pixies. Hello, Space Invaders. What are you doing here? Yeah, we'll get healed. Back to the museum. Okay, so this is Thagan. There it is. And I need an amethyst. Other direction. And it's ring 5. 41980. 41980. Unfortunately, viewer, because we left in the dangerous section of the museum, I'm pretty sure we get put back to that section. Oh, when we enter. I don't remember how to get out of here very well. That's the 4 jewels dungeon. We will get, I believe, a ruby coin from the healer in Eagle's Hollow. We're going to stick to our right and see if this eventually brings us back to the main area of the museum. Oh, maybe this was the right way to go. I saw the dead end there. I was like, no, this is... Oh, it was. Okay. Okay. Now, we could speak with the caretaker and see if we level up. I don't think we do, though. So I'm going to not do so. When we come back from Eagle's Hollow in the next episode, we will, if the museum caretaker wants to see us, we'll speak with them. But if we don't get that notification, we will not do so. This way, Tim. What do you think the museum does with these coins? Think they redistribute them amongst the population for money? And then they sell them to us for a small profit? Never thought of that before. Why do you need these coins? What do they do for the museum? And why do some exhibits then cease to function after you view them? I don't know. The technology must recognize me as viewing the certain exhibits and decide that some things are too dangerous for me to wield or something of that sort. We can view the currency exhibit as many times as we want, but we can't view the weapons exhibit more than once, ever, to my recollection. Okay, let's hold our climbing gear. Oh, Eagle's Hollow might sell superb bows and arrows and superb plate mail. They if I recall correctly, and I believe I mentioned this before, this town tends to only sell the best weapons and armor. Or rather, sorry, the best quality for weapons and armor when it sells such. Okay, let's check the weapons and armor places first. There's a bank here in case I need it also. Great plated mail. Better than ours are good. So we will sell all of these. Was still worth getting. In case this place didn't sell such. Better, but now they do, so we will buy it. Because our next stop will be the 4 Jewels dungeon, we're going to want 3 sets of this. in case we have 2 sets eaten by giant slugs. Here's the raft shop. We don't need a raft. Superb bow and arrow. Yep, superb of everything, as you saw. Okay, so we can sell our great bows and arrows. Okay, and then we buy superb ones. We'll buy 3 of those as well. Make sure it's equipped. Always make sure you equip the weapon. And finally... Alright. Now we want the healer. We can also see if we can hold more healing herbs than just 40. But I think 40 is the limit. We should not need more food for the rest of the game. Hello, distant healer. Welcome to our secret society. Should have bought a healing herb. The Guardians of the Scroll are devoted to keeping the compendium out of evil hands. We need your help. There are 4 jewels at the bottom of a terrible dungeon. Only with these jewels can the compendium be stopped. I love the flashing. A good effect. This ruby coin may let you in the dungeon to get the jewels. Good luck. I will just assume that we cannot hold more healing herbs. 40 seems like plenty of healing herbs as well. Alright, viewer. Let's get back to the giant McDonald's sign, and we'll call the session there. Next episode, we're doing the 4 Jewels dungeon. And then it's the end of the game, assuming that we can find a diamond coin someplace. It's been so much fun to play this again. I do have a hankering to play Black Silver, but I think that will probably wait until November-ish to grace the channel if I play that one again this year. Alright, guys. Oh, Mastodon Leapers. 2 of them. We kept our bladed staff for this reason. Okay. Viewers, thank you again for watching. I will see you in the next part. And take care, everyone.